Okay, so the first thing we're going to talk about is how we actually get the data or the information that we want out of our CRM when something happens. And the way that we do this is by using something called a webhook. So basically, a webhook fundamentally is a way for an application like Pipedrive or any CRM that you're using to basically send information outside of the app to any other app about what's happened. So basically something happens, right? Something happens in our CRM, right? And then it sends a request out to our app. Okay, that's basically it. That's how it works. Now, something happening could be a whole bunch of different things, whatever we want. It could be like when a contact is created, or when you send an email, whatever it is. In our case, what we're looking for is when a deal is changed. So in Pipedrive, they call their pipeline, they call them deals. And when a deal moves to a different column, that's basically an event, right? And we want Pipedrive to send us an event when something like that happens. So we're basically looking at when deals change. And then what they do is they send a request with all this information. So we'll just say info, and that goes into our app. Now, our app is the n8n automation over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off this automation, and I'm going to show you exactly how to set up the webhook in Pipedrive. So right now we've got this. What we need to do is capture our test URL. So this is basically the URL that Pipedrive will use to send the info out when a deal changes. So we're just going to copy that URL and we're going to go to our Pipedrive, which is over here. So right now we're in Pipedrive. To get to webhooks and set one up, we want to click on more down here, then go to automations. And from that, we want to open up this menu. If it's shut like this, then just click it to open it up. Go down to webhooks. And on this page, on the webhooks page, we want to just click plus on webhook, and then we want to select webhook over here. From here, we want to select the event action and the event object. So event action is when either something's created, changed, or deleted. For us, we want to know when a deal has changed. So we're going to select change. And then for the event object, we are going to select deal over here. So from there, we want to name our webhook. So we're going to name it deal changed events. And then we want to paste our webhook URL into here. So if we hit paste, from what we copied before, that's going to just select the n8n test webhook, and it's going to paste it in here. So down in this section, the username and password. So you're going to set this up on n8n. I'll just show you very quickly how to do it because I've already set mine up, but we'll just go through that. So if you don't have it set up, then you want to basically select and create a new basic auth in n8n. And in here, you want to add the user and then the password, whatever you want to make it. This is to prevent people from using the webhook besides you or besides your CRM. So quite important to do. So I'm just going to select my username and my password, and I'm going to fill it in on the page in Pipedrive. Okay, so I've just pasted in my credentials here. So I'm going to hit save. And as you can see, we've got the webhook over here. So now what I want to do is go back here and I'm going to click execute step. And this is going to listen for webhooks that come in from Pipedrive. So what we'll do now is go back to our deals and we're going to make something happen. So let's move the solar deal over to the demo scheduled and now go back to our n8n workflow. And as you can see, we've got this piece of data that's come in. And this is the info from the deal. There's a lot of information here. The main ones that we care about is what the stage is. So what is the stage in the pipeline that this deal was moved to, and then also what the previous one was. So for the automation that I built, the stages that we have, this one's number 4, 3, 2, and 1. So what I'm looking for in this automation is I'm looking for when a deal is moved from 3 and then it's moved to 4. And that is shown in the next step, which is over here. I've created an if statement which says just made proposal. And this is looking for whether the stage ID that we had is equal to 4, or that we have is equal to 4, and the previous one is equal to 3. So the automation will only run when this happens. So if I execute this step, it's going to be false because we moved from 2 to 3 as opposed to 3 to 4. Now, just to show you how you can kind of play around with this webhook, let's say you wanted to make it not when someone created a proposal, but you want to make the webhook or the automation work when you've actually closed a deal. What we can do is we can click on the solar deal now as we're listening to our webhook again, and we can just click on 1. And once we do that, we've got this amazing thing over here, right, that shows us an activity that we can set. And if we go back to our automation, we've actually got a new event that's come in from Pipedrive. And this one, instead of saying that it's the stage that happened, it shows us the status, right? So we've got the status here that says 1, right? And then the previous one was the status was open. So if you wanted to change this so that the automation would only run when you've closed the deal as opposed to just moving it through the pipeline, then in the if statement, instead of having the stage ID equal to 4 here, you would then take the status over here, okay, and you could change it and say the status, and then what you would do is change this to a string, right? And you'll say is equal to, and then you would have that equal to 1, right? And then if you want to just, make a double check, you could say that if it goes from open to 1, then it would run. So we could just do that now. We could say if that is equal to open, right? And now the automation will trigger every time a deal is closed from open and it's gone to 1. So if we hit that, then this should pass through as a true. And yeah, that's basically how the webhook works, how you can actually get the information from Pipedrive or any CRM that you have, is just get the webhook. Most CRMs will have a webhook feature. So you just paste the n8n URL into Pipedrive or the CRM that you want, and then you listen for the webhook, and then when an event happens, it should pick it up, and then you just have a condition that checks that the event that happens is the one that you're looking for.